Well, one of this year's toughest electoral battles will come from Pennsylvania. Sestak versus Toomey is shaping up to be more like Ali versus Frazier. And the fight is over how to get the economy back on track. John Harwood joins us from the city of brotherly love with our next installment of the CNBC Dirty Dozen. And John, I know you spoke with Mr. Toomey this morning. Now we're going to hear from his challenger.
Exactly, Sue. You could not have a clearer contrast of economic philosophies. We heard Pat Toomey say this morning that Joe Sestak is down the line with Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama. We talked later to Joe Sestak, and he made the case that we can't afford to extend the Bush tax cuts, and we can't afford to have Pat Toomey in the Senate helping out his buddies on Wall Street. Take a listen.
The $686 billion for the top 1%, the most wealthiest of the wealthy, when about 280% of the wealth has moved up there in the last couple decades, we've got to make sure that what happened in the Bush years and what Congressman Toomey voted for not to do, which is balance the budget, that what we can't believe any longer is that we just can't add $15,000 to your future in debt and mine.
If this race comes down to be seen by the average Pennsylvanian at the end of Joe Sestak, that guy with Nancy Pelosi, or Pat Toomey, that guy with Wall Street, who wins that?
I like Congressman Toomey, and I applaud the fortune he made on Wall Street. But when he went to Washington, he continued to fight for Wall Street. He wants the flat tax, where if you get a dividends from Wall Street, you pay nothing. But the rest of the middle class have a $3,000 increase. He wants to privatize Social Security. He actually said it's all right to have what he calls creative destruction by letting China subsidize goods here. He'll always fight for them. When I went to Congress, the damage that had been done by the 8 years of Congressman Toomey writing the legislation that let Wall Street gamble with our homes, because he dismantled the regulation. What I do is sit there and say, how can we get a practical solution, working with the other side to help middle-class America?
So you can see on issues affecting the economy and business, we're going to have as much or more of a smackdown here in Pennsylvania than in Connecticut, where the World Wrestling mogul Linda McMahon won the nomination yesterday to go against Richard Blumenthal, the Attorney General. So we'll watch it all the way to the end. Pat Toomey's got to be considered the favorite. He leads in the polls. And tomorrow, guys, we will be in Virginia, where freshman